goodness, is Abby running Please God I'm Only 17 again?
This scene alone is better than the whole movie Newsies.
President orders monsters back to work.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Here in Xanadu last week, Xanadu's landlord was laid to rest. A potent figure of our century, America's Kubla Khan, Charles Foster Kane.
Hey, Higgs! Wait a minute.
Ollie, what are you doing here?
The price tag and your suit's hanging out.
That's my press card and you know it.
Beckett called. What's up?
I got a story, that's what's up.
You just sit tight, little man. If there's a story, I'll handle it.
Hey, Elliot.
Oh.
Michael Gallagher,
Terrific.
the guy who hit Diaz.
Congratulations, you solved the crime of the century. Where'd you hear that?
If I revealed my sources, you wouldn't talk to me.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Come on, Elliot. The public has a right to know a few things.
Where does it say that?
There's a sign on my desk.
Who's trying to kill you now?
Sandusky.
Parking guy? Have a couple of lousy columns?
My columns aren't lousy.
No one's gonna get anything else because there's nothing else to get. Guess what? Now I know why I made you a columnist.
Lois, why don't you take Kent out to meet everybody, huh? Sure. Just introduce him around. He's starting with the paper today.
I'm giving him the city beat.
Chief, that's my beat.
Lois, Clark Kent may seem like just a mild-mannered reporter, but listen, not only does he know how to treat his editor-in-chief with the proper respect, not only does he have a snappy, punchy prose style, but he is, in my 40 years in this business, the fastest typist I've ever seen.
Who's Charles Colson? Who's Charles Colson?
Sit down. You know, I'm glad you asked me that question. The reason I'm glad you asked me is because if you had asked Simons or Bradley, they would have said, you know, we're going to have to fire this schmuck at once because he's so dumb.
Hey, listen, monkey face, when you fired me, you fired the best news hound your filthy scandal she'd ever had.
Ooh. Say, listen, you wouldn't know a newspaper story if it reached up and kicked you in the pants.
Gordon.
Huh?
Did you know he reversed the charge on that call?
What?
Newspaper man is the best profession in the world.
Now, what we need, guys, is an exciting photo story.
Right this way, young lady. I'll take a picture of this chicken.
Oh.
Okay, boys, let's get some pictures.
I want the one of the buckle wolf.
The C-47, right?
You helped me?
Oh, I'm afraid I couldn't do that. I'm only a reporter. I just write the story.
One item on your list intrigues me, the New York Inquirer. A little newspaper I understand we acquired in a foreclosure proceeding. Please don't sell it. I'm coming back to America to take charge. I think it would be fun to run a newspaper. I think it would be fun to run a newspaper.
You wouldn't mind if we had the press over here take a few photos of us by our spacecraft now, would you?
Good idea, John. All right, Life magazine. You guys ready? It's been rumored that your son was abducted by UFOs. Would you care to comment?
Don't print that, son. If his mama reads that, she's just gonna lose all hope.
The paper's gonna have to get along without me. So are you. Just didn't work out, Walter.
Well, it would have worked out if you'd been satisfied with just being editor and reporter, but not you. You had to marry me, spoil everything.
Did you ever play ball, Max?
No, never have. But I make it a little more fun to watch, you see. And after the day, whether you're a goat or a hero, you gotta make me a great story.
Who are we putting out papers for? You? You? Not enough anymore to give them just news. They want comics, contests, puzzles. They want to know how to bake a cake, win friends, and influence the future. Ergo, horoscopes, tips on the horses, interpretation of dreams so they can win on the numbers lotteries. And if they accidentally stumble on the first page, News.
Here is a 3-column headline in the Chronicle. Why hasn't the Inquirer a 3-column headline?
News wasn't big enough.
Mr. Carter, if the headline is big enough, it makes the news big enough.
Headlines don't sell papers. Newsies sell papers. You know, we're what holds this town together. Without newsies, nobody knows none.
That's right.
Look at that. Hey, I'm heavy. Baby boy with 3 heads.
Hey, do you remember Sedona Savings and Loan? They went under about 6 months ago. We did a big piece on them.
I don't read this newspaper.
You've got a deadline tomorrow. Did you see the ad we ran Sunday?
I don't read the paper. Morning papers.
Oh, you could have saved yourself the trouble. I don't read papers.
Never?
Yeah, once in a while, the back part, the funnies.
Oh, I think you should. The front part, the not so funny.
Why?
Well, because it's interesting.
Not to me.
See, you don't want a wishy-washy story. This thing's got to have soft, mass appeal. It's the only way we'll be able to help you. Get sympathy, public support. Now, you leave it to me.
Let us assume that he is neither a murderer nor the subject of investigation for same. Let us suppose that your story proves to be false on its face.
The story's true.
Madam, if newspapers printed nothing but truth, they need never employ attorneys, and I should be out of work, which I am not.
To the morgue. I want to know everything there is on terrorism.
Mr. White, does Lois know about any of this?
Does she know about it? She's in it.
She's what?
The minute the story broke, I bundled her on the first Concorde out of here. If Paris is going to go gablooey, I want my best reporter right in the middle of it.
I hate columnists. Why do I have all these columnists? I got political columnists, guest columnists, celebrity columnists. The only thing I don't have is a dead columnist.
Never mind about my bilious private life. I run a decent, responsible column. That's the way it stays.
How could you miss a story like that? It was right under your noses. Practically bit you on the seat of the pants. There's just no excuse.
I guess this would be a wrong time to ask for a raise.
Well, the people we cover, we move in their world, but it is their world. You can't live like that, Alicia. You'll never keep up. Now, if you try to make this job about the money, you'll be nothing but miserable because we don't get the money. Never have, never will.
Court adjourned.
I've never known you to be like this, Jim.
I don't know. Maybe it's something I ate.
I ate the same things.
Well, maybe it's something I wrote down.
You wouldn't believe what was going on inside that woman. I mean, the stuff was just ready to pour out of her, and I'm pouring down the cups of coffee trying to get it out of her before she throws me out of the house.
Okay, give me your notes so I can
These are the notes.
These are the notes?
Yeah, I got stuff on napkins matched because I'm writing in the bathroom while she's getting the coffee. I'm a walking litter basket.
You're crazy.
Here.
How am I going to...
Well, you'd be crazy, too, if you were operating on 20 cups of coffee.
You got another word for mangled?
The thing is, it implies that he was drunk while he was driving the train. He could have gotten drunk afterwards.
You're accurate and ethical, and I want you out of this building.
Born, mutilated, I don't care.
Mutilated.
With a million majority already against him, and the church count is still to be heard from, I'm afraid we've got no choice.
This one?
That one.
Come on, how often do you get the chance? You can't just do it, not say it. Come on. Stop the presses! Stop the presses!
Why? What happened?
I don't know. I've always wanted to say that.
Look.
I'll try not to keep you on the stand any longer than is necessary, Luther.
Oh, I don't mind. It's all part of the game.
What game is that?
The newspaper game.
Oh, I see. You really love the newspaper game, don't you, Luther?
Oh, I sure do. I guess if you cut me, I'd bleed ink.
I can't do the reporting for my reporters, which means I have to trust them. And I hate trusting anybody. Run that, baby.
You're a good newspaper woman, Meg.
And if you delete newspaper?
I like you, all right.
You're a newspaper man.
That's why I'm quitting. I want to go someplace where I can be a woman.
Look, he's got Tess Harding with him.
Sit down. Where's your manners?
No women in the press box. It's a rule as old as baseball. No women in the press box.
Oh, so what? She's a newspaper man and she's pretty.
Hello, Jedediah. Hello, Charlie. I didn't know we were speaking. Sure we're speaking, Jedediah. You're fired.
Hey! Hey! Give me those keys!
No.
You give me those keys, Hackett!
No, get out of my way. You beat this? Are you all right?
Okay, hold it, both of you! Give me the keys! Are you nuts? Whoa!
Somebody should stop this.
It's a good world outside.
Yes, it's a good world outside. And Frank Wiecek is free. Free because of a mother's faith, the courage of a newspaper, and one reporter's refusal to accept defeat.
Hey! Hutchison? That noise, what's that racket? That's the press, baby. The press. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing.